up, YouTube? Today I got this 2017 Toyota 4runner. I'm going to show you how to replace the pads and rotors today. This is a two-wheel drive model, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't make a difference on the four-wheel drive models. I think it's the same procedure. Anyways, customers complained of squeaking and pulsation when braking, so we're going to go ahead and replace the pads and rotors today. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe so I continue to make videos like this to make your life easier. Let's get started. I already got the parts. First you're going to do, you're going to make sure you want to leave your steering wheel in the on-lock position so you can turn your wheel all the way out. Servicing these brakes is a hell of a lot easier when you have the wheel turned out facing you. Next we're going to do, we're taking this caliper off and everything. We're just going to go ahead and get this ABS sensor. It's a 10 millimeter. And this brake line out of our way. 12 millimeter. Go ahead and just leave that 12 on there because we're going to be needing that again. Alright, now you're going to want to take a pair of needle nose pliers. Sorry about the music in the background. We jam out here. It makes the day go easier. Push these little tabs in. Already got one free. Pull out on that. That way there's no stress on your ABS wire. Now we're going to take two big flathead screwdrivers. Just catch you a corner here. You'll have a little bit of the rotor sticking out enough to where you can get that in there. Go ahead and work the back two pistons. And as you're working those back two pistons out, the rotor is going to flex a little bit, and it's going to push this other pad or pistons, these two pistons back just enough to get your screwdriver in there. And since these are already reset, just hold them from moving, then press the other two back, because if you don't hold the other two from moving, it'll push them right back out. Get a little brake fluid drippage. That's usually an indication of somebody topping it off. You're not supposed to top off brake fluid, future reference. That's what happens when you top it off. It drops low, so it'll set the brake light on to indicate the brake fluid's low because the pistons are taking more brake fluid to take up the space, indicating that you need brakes. Alright, now we're going to take these little springs out. They just go into these little holes right here on the bottom of the pad. You don't even need a screwdriver for these, you can pull with your finger. Now don't lose these, because I don't think my brake pads, they might have came with them. I don't think they did though. Sometimes you'll get the new springs in the brake pads, but it's okay to reuse them as long as they're not broke. And if you get new ones, might as well use them. But you don't get new pins. The only way you're going to get those new pins is if you get a hardware kit. Or some new calipers will come with it. But this don't need calipers. So now, on the back side of this caliper is two 19 millimeter bolts. Let me lay that out of my way there. Yeah, for years they used 17 millimeter head, but now they went to 19. Now if you don't feel comfortable letting this caliper hang, you can just trap it out of your way somewhere. Right up here on top of that strut bolt. See how it's kind of inside the piston? It's not going to fall. Alright. Get that gun off my new rotor. Now these rotors we're not going to clean off because they don't have the oil on them. They're actually blue. They have a protective coating sprayed on them already. You don't want to spray that off. That helps breaking the brake pads. Breaking the brake pads while you're braking. It's tongue twister. Alright. Both bolts started. Now we can tighten them down real snug. Now if you're using a manual tool, make sure you use a long brake bar because you want those pretty tight. You're going to go ahead and secure this stuff. want that floating around. Alright, make sure you push your little tab from back in the hole so it keeps it from rubbing the wheel. Alright. Tighten down your little 12 here. Grab our 10. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Just go back over yourself. Doesn't hurt. Now you're going to take the pad warning indicator, put it on the inside. Push your rotor flush. Slide it in there. Line up those holes with the holes on the caliper. On the top pin, you go ahead and push all the way through because it doesn't pass through that spring. And if it doesn't want to cooperate, get the condenser, put it on there, because I ain't playing. This car's be trying to play with me. I'm at the wrong tap. My rookie day's been over, y'all. That's why I do these videos, to help you newbies from suffering. All techs are going to have suffering days, even techs that have been doing this as long as I have. You're going to have your challenging days. It doesn't matter how long you're doing this, but the longer you do it and the more you mess up, hopefully the better you get. Flip that little hole out. Slide in these little holes first on the pins and set it in that hole on the caliper. And that's how you do it. Make sure your backing plate's not touching the rotor. For some reason, that's a phenomenon that happens that makes that plate scrub the rotor when I test drive a car. So I always make sure I push them back so you don't get that surprise of the loud squealing. Anyways, just get in there, bump your brake pedal up, put your wheel back on, take her for a good test drive, make sure all the pulsation and everything feels good before you give it back to the customer. And that's how y'all do it. Hope y'all like this video. Y'all please check like. Y'all please subscribe. Have a good day. Peace out, YouTube.